Rob, of course, stopping for a bit of training on the way down to Ebbsfleet this afternoon. Obviously, thanks to West Ham for letting you sort of use a bit of pitch space here today. But how are you sort of looking ahead to tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, no, it's obviously first and foremost thanks to West Ham and Kevin Nolan for sorting it out. Makes a huge difference for us on long journeys, being able to train at like brilliant facilities and clubs. So yeah, it makes the journey a little bit more enjoyable for the lads. But yeah, in good spirits. Couple of days rest for the boys and yeah, nice weather. It's nice and warm. So all in all, a good day. Just go back to the hotel, rest, prepare for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, and speaking on training, a couple of faces returning into sort of full training with Eddie Beach and obviously Greg's been in training for a little while, but now kind of more approaching full match fitness. So how good is it, especially with Eddie, since he's been, I mean, it's been over a month really since he was last involved in the squad with illness. So how good is it to see him back and have Greg close to contention as well? Yeah,
no, it's really good. I think we need, with the running coming up, we're going to need as many bodies as possible, and obviously having Greggy's quality coming back in. You still need to be careful with Greggy and make sure that we ease him back in the right way, because he's been out for 4 months. But no, it's just really good to have him around. Obviously, as a captain, he epitomises everything we do. And then Beachy coming back was fantastic today. It's good to see him back. That unfortunate illness was really bad timing for him. But yeah, again, just adds to our strength and depth with Monty and Beachy, and he's obviously brilliant for the group, Beachy, as well. So it's just we're in a good place. Good to have people back, but again, no, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. We need to make sure we're fully focused on that, whoever's on the pitch. Yeah,
and you touch on tomorrow, it's probably a game that you kind of get towards the back end of the season where the league table probably doesn't really give you the whole context in terms of the game at the moment, probably like ourselves last season, in that we were near the bottom of the league but we're one of the form teams in the table. Ebbsfleet at the minute, since Danny Searles took over, I think I looked the other day, and in the last 10 they were right up the top of the league table in terms of points taken and things like that. So probably one of the more difficult games that you could have at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. A bit like when we played Kidderminster away, when Phil Brown come in. Danny's done a terrific job. They play some really good football. Got good firepower up front. They've got a really good midfield, technical players who can also travel with it. So we know it's going to be a really tough game, obviously, at their place as well. It's a nice tight pitch, gets a good atmosphere. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough game for us. And like you said, the table this time of year can be really misleading. A bit like Dagenham on Tuesday, I thought were excellent. Every game now is going to be tough because everyone's fighting for different reasons, and we just need to make sure we keep our consistency and stick to what's got us to this point here. We can't come away from that at all. If we come away from what's led us to this point and what's kept us being successful and picking up results, we've just got to buy into it even more and make sure that we understand the detail for each match, but also realise that our strength is our process and our patterns and the way we play and our concepts, and that's what's huge. And I have huge faith for these boys. They stick to that structure and their ability on top. We can hopefully have a good finish to the season, but taking it one game at a time against a very, very good team tomorrow.
Yeah, and we mentioned with Eddie and Greg coming back into the fold, it boosts the whole picture of the squad to be probably the most healthy it has been, really, I would imagine, in recent months. But at the same time, it gives you difficult decisions to make with you, Louis and Carlin, who makes the squad, who starts, because obviously there's going to be a few lads who end up missing out of the matchday squad entirely because you've got a few more options than you have done recently.
Yeah, and that's why we brought everyone, because if anyone misses out today, it doesn't mean they're not going to be important going down the line. And if we want to achieve what we want to achieve this season, whether you play 1 minute or 1,000, 2,000 minutes, it doesn't matter. It's all equally as important, and the group and the togetherness is going to be huge. So yeah, I suppose it's difficult decisions in one hand, but it's obviously easy decisions on the other, in terms of which lads are going to take in the detail, which ones are going to really buy into what we're asking, and ultimately when people get the opportunity, are they going to take them? Making sure that the lads respect the fact that in every position now we've got some really, really good players. The amount of games coming up, it's going to be about rotation. It's going to be about making sure that we've got the right balance between having fresh legs and players that are doing well, and we're going to need absolutely everyone come now to the end of the season. So it's no different till tomorrow, and I think the good thing about this group, I think on reflection, is everyone will look and realise that they want to be here, they want to be a part of something that we're trying to do. And when you're disappointed one day, next week someone else might be disappointed, and you need to make sure that you react in the way and act in a way that's appropriate for the group, and basically what's going to allow us to get 3 points tomorrow. So whether you're a coach or you're not in the squad, you're on the bench or you're starting, whatever that responsibility is, you take it on and you make sure that we carry it forward, because that's the strength of this group, is who we are as human beings first, and then the football comes after.
Yeah, and a few bits of news of note on an international front as well. Obviously, you had Francis with the England C game coming up next week, then Dejan and Eddie with Wales's under 21s and Jamaica's under 23s as well. So a few of the boys away in action. Obviously, unfortunate for next weekend in that obviously Dejan will miss that game, but pleasing on their development front as well, because especially with Eddie and Dejan, they're still young boys, and that's a big experience for them, no doubt.
Yeah, and it's just a reflection of them as individuals, but obviously as a club, the players we're attracting. To have internationals going away is something that we should be really proud of, and we're really proud of the boys and really pleased for them. And yeah, we might end up missing out on a few. We might miss out on a few boys when the games come, but that's why the squad's strong, and but then when they come back in, we're adding quality. So it's a huge thing to represent your country, like Ed, like Dej, Eddie. We just need to make sure that when the lads do go away, that we make sure we carry on the mantle and keep doing well. And also, I think it's a positive for the club, really, that these young lads are coming here, they're doing well, and they're getting their experience on a different level, and hopefully it just makes them a better player going forward.